What's up, guys? Today we're going to be looking at another DC Multiverse figure. This time is the Target exclusive gold label Blue Beetle. I can't wait to look at this guy. Before we take him outside of the box, let's take a quick look at the box. At the top, there's not much to it. It would have been cool if we got a Blue Beetle logo. There is the window that creeps down to the front. For the front, at the top left corner, there's the McFarlane Gold Label Collections label. Below the window, there's a DC Multiverse logo. Below that logo, there is the Blue Beetle name tag. On the right side of the box, there's another DC Multiverse logo with another Blue Beetle name tag. For the left side, there's another DC Multiverse logo with another Blue Beetle logo with the added on DC Classic. Below that, there is the McFarlane Toys logo. For the back of the box, there's this awesome artwork of Blue Beetle. At the top right corner, there is the McFarlane Toys logo again with another Blue Beetle DC Classic name tag. Let's crack this bad boy open. Here is the Blue Beetle figure outside of the box. I gotta say, I like this figure a lot. This is one of my favorite figures that Todd McFarlane has released this year. Let's take a closer look at those accessories before we take a closer look at that figure. For Blue Beetle's accessories, he comes with a couple hand suggestions. This first set is a open palm hand set. There's a little bit of wrinkling at the front of them. For his second hands, he comes with a pointing hand. There's wrinkles at the front of these as well. And a saluting hand slash karate chopping hand. For his weapons, he comes with his grapple gun. The gun itself is molded in silver. There's a little bit of detail throughout it. For the grapple part, I like that gold paint apps. Doesn't look bad or sloppy or anything. Not wonky. Other than this little piece. Other than that little bit. But other than that, doesn't look bad. Then for the beetle itself, there's a little bit of detail on the top and on the legs. Same for underneath. There's a little bit more detail. For his last accessory, he comes with his scarab. There's a little bit of detail at the top. I like how the blue is glossy and not flat. I also like the blue that they went with. For the bottom of the scarab, there's nothing to it. Let's take a closer look at that Blue Beetle figure. Here's a closer look at the McFarlane Blue Beetle head sculpt. I think he did an awesome job on it. The paint apps for the skin look really good. I'm very happy how that came out. Even for the lips as well. Doesn't look wonky or anything. There's some blushing at the cheek area, nose area, and under the chin area as well. I just noticed there's a couple imperfections there. But other than that, the skin tone looks really good. Doesn't look wonky or anything. For the lenses, one thing I wish he would have done differently, instead of having them just yellow, I wish he would have done translucent yellow and have the eyes behind those so you could see the eyes. I think that would look really good as well, other than just this paint. But the paint apps look really good on that yellow and that darker yellow under it. I also like how there's a darker yellow at the kind of bottom area. Really like how that looks. Very happy how that came out. It's not wonky or anything. For the black line separating the skin tone, the lenses, and the blue part of the mask, the paint apps for that look really good. Doesn't look wonky or anything like that. I'm very happy how that came out. Other than like that little bit right there. But other than that, it looks really good. For his body, he does reuse the Blue Beetle 2-pack body. The darker blue paint apps at the head coming down to a little bit past the pec area. That looks really good. I'm very happy how that came out. Doesn't look sloppy, wonky, or anything like that. Even the line, that black line, the paint apps on that look really good as well. All the way down to the shoulder area. It's not like scratchy or anything. I'm very happy how that came out. I just noticed that's like in the shape of a blue beetle or a beetle. For the lighter blue areas on the stomach, the arms, and the legs, that is molded blue. For his crotch piece or the diaper piece, that is a soft rubbery material. The yellow paint apps for that middle piece on the belt looks really good. I'm very happy how that came out. Doesn't look sloppy or anything other than just a little bit of black showing through the yellow. But other than that, I really like how that came out. For the belt area, I think that is molded black. I might be wrong on that. For his butt, he got a little bit of cake going on. For the lower forearm area, that black stripe looks really good. Doesn't look wonky or sloppy. Same goes for the blue as well. For the hands, those are molded blue. For his boots, that black stripe separating the light blue from the dark blue looks really good. I think that is molded as well. I don't think that is painted on. It might be just because of that little bit of black coming onto the blue. For his boots, the blue paint app for the calf piece looks really good. Doesn't look wonky. I'm very happy how that came out. For the feet of the boots, there's not much to those. For the bottom of his feet, he does have pig holes. And I think he updated the bottom of like the legally on the feet. To me, this looks a little bit different for some reason. It might be the same. And that is it for looking at the Blue Beetle figure. For Blue Beetle's articulation, he looks pretty far down. Looks pretty far up. Has a pretty good amount of head tilt. The head does a basic 360. Those arms do a basic 360 as well. They go fully past a T-pose position. Basic bicep swivel. Double jointed elbows. For the hands, basic hand swivel, basic up, basic down. For the diaphragm, basic swivel. Tilts pretty far to the right and left. With that waist joint involved, you get a little bit more out of it. For the ab crunch, it goes pretty far back. With that waist joint, you get a little bit more out of that waist joint with the ab crunch. For going forward, it goes pretty far forward by itself. With that waist joint, you only get a tad bit more out of it. For the waist, basic waist swivel. For the legs, he kicks pretty far forward. Kicks pretty far back as well. The legs go pretty far out into a split position. Double jointed knees. For his calves or ankles, basic ankle swivel. Feet go pretty far down, pretty far up, and side to side pivot. Toe joint goes basic up, and that is it for the Blue Beetle articulation. For comparisons, here is the Blue Beetle figure next to the Nightfall Batman and the Jokerized Batman. Here is the Blue Beetle figure next to the NECA 1989 Batman and by the Fat Thor Infinity Saga series. Alright guys, that's going to be it for looking at the Target exclusive Blue Beetle figure. Let me know down in the comment section, what are your guys' thoughts on it? And will you guys be picking up this figure, or is it going to be a pass for you? And stay tuned for the next review, because I got some cool things coming up that I'm reviewing here soon.